Alright, guys, we are back for part 11 of Lumeris versus Cravers. David and I are still squaring off against each other, and things have gotten interesting on turn 89. We're basically starting to bash heads to contest for the Empire, or for the galaxy. We've just finished titanium electroplating, which gives us a better hull defense, and improved fleet management, which gives us additional manpower, which is one of the things we're going to have to address shortly. We also have this vulnerability aggressor, which we'll get to in a second. Oh, sorry, improved fleet management is what we're going after next. Then we also got the improved coordinator hulls. Yep. Now we have these guys at Hydrus, who will just take a guerrilla action. Again, let's show this one. So this is the one also has 0 people, so we don't need to do the bombing. We'll just do a blitz here to kill as many as we can. He's level 22. Jeepers. Shield capacity bonuses, not bad. That seems better, doesn't it? I'd much rather have +4 movement and +20 shield capacity than just +20 shield capacity. Yeah, he's not a political leader, so that doesn't actually help him. So yeah, we'll just take this one, I think. He hasn't got a bunch of fertiles on his system. So, yep, we'll give him the movement points and stuff. So he'll actually be able, if we need to assign him, he'll have this shield penetration, which will be pretty good for us if we're going missiles late game. Alright, now, the thing that we really want to do here is we want to take these guys, who now have 17 move speed. Oh, they can't quite get there? Are you serious? Can we get one more? Oh, come on. Come on, tugboat. I need 4 tugboats to get him there. Damn, because this fleet should be really buff. Yeah, 13,000. 13,000, guys. Alright. I can't equip that fleet booster there, unfortunately. So that's the fastest I can do. Alright, but here, I can get here this turn and try to save my fleets. And these guys are 10,000 strong. Oh god. Okay. I didn't remove my tugboats. Damn. Damn. Alright, so tugboats here, yeah. So I'm pretty hard on the kinetics here again, except for him. My hero is not. But yeah, my other guys are hard on the kinetics, and they're hard on the kinetic defense, but not as hard as me. Their guys here are also pretty buff. So what I want to do is probably take the hull plating absorption and then just lump everybody in the middle. The problem here is that I really, so I'm not used to fighting with tugboats yet, but normally what you'd want to do is you'd want to remove the tugboats from the fleet before you do anything with them, because they're very vulnerable. Like, super vulnerable. They're gonna get shredded. Alright, so let's look at our guys again. Oh, that's right. So these guys, I have some missiles here on my Unagi 2s and my Unagi 1s, is that right? Yeah. So I think that we just go like this. We're just going to pile everybody in the middle and stay in the back where we have a slight advantage over his straight kinetics. Oh, he's retreated. It didn't look like he retreated. Oh, but we know where he has to go. He has to go up that way. To Ghana. That means he's actually going to interrupt our invasion. Okay. I'm worried about a staging point situation happening. Okay. So this thing is, yeah. This is going down fast. Alright, so now these guys are now using kinetic weapons. And a variation of things. Great, so we'll just go ahead and do our... Okay, he's retreated. Now, he's only got 60 people here. I've got 92 tanks. So I think we should be safe to do this and blitz him to take this place. And then with this one and Primus, I think we're actually okay to declare truce. Oops. Okay, so we got this one. Now, we look at our thing here and see we're at 88%, 20 systems, which is about where we want to be. And as far as like other stuff here, sure, we could get some more Jadonics from some of these guys or whatever, but none of them are actually that exciting to me in that regard. Mostly what I want is when I finish my final trade company here, which is halfway done, which maybe should be here actually. Oh god, there's so many Cravers. Can I send these Cravers to the depleted planets? Yes. Yeah, they do give a lot of fids though, that's for damn sure. And we've got this nice atoll. And we'll start with our level 4 modernization. Oh, come on. Huzzah! So now we own Hydrus, which is Terran Ocean Atoll. Hello. And now they're all colonized. So let's go ahead and just like do sustainable farms here so that we can boost up their food. And you need all of the people you can get, but you, who give extra manpower, yeah, also need, oh, hello, unhappy? What's wrong? All of this minus from over-colonization, I guess. Okay. Also, I kind of want to do this one, which we can do in this order. It's not super critical. Yeah. We'll go like this, like this. I think that's fine. The colonial rights will give plus 20, right? Yeah. They can't spare too many people either. Ah, he sees me here. Can one see ships in the hangar? Maybe he didn't see my guys yet. I'm not sure. So the problem that I'm having here, by the way, is these ships here, they don't have enough manpower. So I really need to boost my manpower production in all of my places. So like here, before I do any other stuff, I want to do these things, because this redirects food to manpower, especially in these full systems. Like instead of building this stuff, why don't you build manpower stuff? Actually, you're full of people, so why don't you build this thing? Gas hot. And here, kind of in the same situation. Ecstatic. VR amateurs. Okay. Yeah. This will all be good. Okay. So that'll give... Oh, hey. We found a place. Out here. Look at this. Desert, lava, ash. Cyberflora on the desert. That's kind of cool. Okay. Now we're finishing that stuff there. We're gonna get intensive culturing just to boost our food up. And then, you know what? What we really want here is we want to redirect some of our industry to science. Does this take a whole turn? Oh, just to get 300 manpower? I'm not really happy about doing that, I have to say. Hello. So we've got our chameleons and our bowheads together. So these are pretty cool little things with our 3 tugboats. And what we want to do with these guys, basically, we're gaining about 1,000 manpower, 1,400 manpour a turn. That's pretty good. We used to be getting a lot more before all of those minor races got absorbed, so that was kind of a problem. Alright, and so now here, the other thing is that I want to, oh good, he's already put in place max gains here, so we're getting 6 more antimatter out of this. Love it. So we have 18 and 47 turns there. Okay, we'll take the extra fids for now, but let's keep an eye on our Cravers. So, and in the meanwhile, now you can have your truce. I know you want it. And I want to take... Really, that 260 manpower is actually more valuable than the dust. Like, he was going to be able to give me like 2,000 dust or something stupid. So Primus. Apparently I'm way overpopulated here. I imagine, oh, 2 of the planets aren't even depleted. Cool, we want to keep it that way. And we can get a little bit of extra junk here. Alright, and then, of course, we'll finish our last trade company next turn. We have an enormous amount of stuff there, of luxury resources. So let's see. Alright. Oops, sorry guys. So they're in. Primus is in. Okay, so everyone's being upgraded, which means that all of these resources are fodder. That's 45,000 and 60,000 dust a turn, 20,000 dust, 11,000 dust. Yeah. Lumeris aren't bad in the late game, eh? Not bad, they say. 10% trail sub transactions are subject to a 10% transaction fee that's now mine. Ooh, do you see this? Wasp is selling stuff. 40k, 18k, because now we have all of this information. Yeah, so those NP artifacts that David has are getting him a huge amount of dust. So we have to put an end to this somehow, is basically what it comes down to. And the way that I'm going to plan on doing that is with my chameleons sitting on his home planet. So I've got 82 tanks right now, and I can also change to air. No, I can't change to air. How much do I need to change to air? 250. So I could change to air. Oh, he's got 3 tanks, 3 air right now. So it really is kind of rock, paper, scissors. He's starting to change over. So he's 50-50. Or I guess if there's 3 air there, that means he's more than 50-50. So that actually means that right now, the most valuable things to us aren't tanks. It's... Do we have enough to do this? No. No, we need more Hyperium. I wonder where we could get Hyperium. Oh, how about here? We need more than 100. We need like 150. 25k. Pocket change. Alright. So back to here. What we really want is to spend our 170 to boost up our infantry. And then our... like this much to boost up our air power. And then we'll do 40% air. Sorry, let's do 45% air, 50% infantry. How does that sound? We'll lock it there to make sure that the armor goes to 0. Something like that. And we'll spend a little bit of dust to make this work better. And then we'll definitely get the bonus to armor troops. So for that we need to actually buy... we don't have enough. We will buy all of it that we can, if just to prevent David from getting any more. Alright, so now we've got 135 infantry and 15. Oh, you know what we could have done? Well, I'm glad we didn't, because we're going to take our Seeker out for a ride. Ooh, did you see that? It's a ship there. Fleet can't afford one action point? I'm sorry? I think it's the hero that can't afford it. I'm not sure why he can't afford it, but he seems to be having trouble. No, it's like one of the chameleons. No. The chameleons have it. Okay, here we go. David will run. We'll select all, merge, and we have now a 14,000 power thing going on here, where we will then, I think we just drop our guys on him and invade, right? Because we're not going to be, yeah. We'll just bomb him every time here. Let's see how that worked out. Minor defeat. Ooh, that's actually a pretty serious defeat. Yikes. Yeah, he's probably got a lot of shit. But the reason that I'm thinking of doing this is we saw how good this place was, right? Terran, Tundra, it's got his Red Sang, large Mediterranean, all of this stuff. And so just having this ship here blockading it, we saw how much that damaged our trade routes. And I'm pretty sure that we can do the same here to him. We can really just screw with his trade routes. And that is my objective. Okay, so then these guys, with the exception of this bowhead, so we've got the chameleon and the black tips here, but this is already like a full fleet, so we want to start sending this already to the front, as it were, which I guess will be over in Hydrus. Okay. And then these guys we have a truce with now. So that means we can go maybe pick up. Well, let's see, how fast can we get to Hydrus? 3 turns? 3 turns to Janus as well? Yeah, let's do it. So these guys have 21% of their manpower. Alright, and now tech-wise, we're at 16,000. We're finishing up a couple of military things right now. And the biggest thing that I can do to help us out further, I was realizing, it's actually like, okay, we're ahead of David in military now, but we can't really challenge him. So I was thinking of doing some things like this one, which will help us boost our industry even more, and this one, which will help our trade value, and this one, which will boost our science. So I think I'm going to do the science one first. And then we'll get to some of these other things, like this one, which will help us with happiness. Actually, hold on. Do I have... So before I get that one, I'm going to get these 2 things. Maybe I can get them in 2 and 3. Perfect. And then I'm going to go for that science guy, because that'll get me an extra law, and I really want that extra law. Alright, so for you, we disband. For you... Poor little guy. Oops, didn't mean to move you, but that's okay. For you, we're just gonna sell you, because we don't really need that guy. And for you, you guys are both fine. In fact, you can merge into the fleet. Okay. And then these guys, they had to run. We'll get them later to catch up. Oh, and then you made it out here. Cool. Alright, anything else that we need to do? The manpower thing is worrying, but we're gonna be working on it. And I think that we're just at an incredible snowball point. We also have 215,000. That means that we should be spending it on our stuff here. So we go, we're at plus 40,000 right now, which is very much what I like to see. Also, we're going to start needing to do something with our science. We want the conversion to science from industry, so that we don't have to just keep building hulls. Okay. Ooh, got the Nahasts and the Horatio, plus 15% food, and the Cravers, so we have a cost reduction on ships, and another plus 10% food. Cool. Oh, look at these ships just flying from all over the place. So much fun. Alright, and so what I want to do here is I've got these chameleons, right? So these chameleons can basically function by themselves, and then I can use these guys. Look at, they can make it here. He can make it here in one turn. So I'm going to tugboat his ass right out here and bring in the next group of remoras and whatever. And what I think I'm actually going to do is that since my remora fleet should get there, should get here next turn, I can actually cancel this invasion over Geyser. Oh, right. So, okay. Who did we get? We got a Seeker. Technologist Seeker. Militarists and pacifists and ecologists. I think that's all irrelevant at this point. Just the fact that we get a Seeker who gets hull penetration. Yeah. You're my new favorite general. Boom. Always room for more Seekers in my empire. Now for Geyser, we'll do a preemptive bombing again. And then we're going to actually retreat. No, we're pals. Don't worry about it. So we're actually going to retreat there, because next turn I want to take the Remora fleet in with our buddy here. Now, you're ecstatic. You've got a couple of resources that could use this, but I think that you're going to be better off doing something like this. And we have our jungle and Mediterranean. So let's get our AI labor going on. Okay, yeah, and so David's here gaining all of his manpower back. But we're actually gonna run after him. Oh, he's already healed. So without the tugboats, I'm weaker? That's weird. He upgraded his stuff, presumably? Maybe I should have looked. Oh yeah, 6,000, 6,000. To my 10,000, 4,000. So, this might get a wee bit interesting, huh? So he's more defensive. So I definitely am benefited by shoving all of my guys together. But my missiles are going to be less effective. Luckily those guys are all kinetics. Yeah, we've just got to make it through these 2 tardigrades. So, fight, fight, fight. But do we do this one, or do we do critical hit damage? I kind of want to be at longer range, because I have, actually I'm not very efficient at short range. No, I think that, hold on. I wish there was a way to move this over quickly. These ships over quickly instead of one at a time. Feels like you should be able to select multiple, right? Like shift click or something, or control click, but no. It doesn't seem to work that way. Alright, we'll leave the caravel on zone in there. He's gonna be the dummy. Or maybe the hero ship. Yeah, we'll send the hero ship by himself. Oh. That doesn't count as a CP. Got it. So we'll bring this limo over there. So who's leveling up? You? Who are you? That's not this guy, is it? No. Nice. So we got a major victory. I'm curious to see how he deployed his guys. Okay, so he deployed evenly across, and I stacked mine all in 3 again. So I took 2 of his flotillas out for very little of mine. Just sacrificing my caravel. Wow, this is effective. I'm kicking his butt in fleet strategy. Oh, I'll bet he's so jelly. I'll bet he's like, James, how you kicking my butt? And I'm like, mm-hmm. You know how, little man. You know. Alright, and these guys actually have full on... So these bowheads... Okay, so these are the guys without ones there. Okay. And so what I'm going to do here is set up... Let's see. My chameleons... Are they optimal? No. We want them to have the better hull plates that we put together. And now they're fine. 4,000. Jesus. Okay. Apply that. And then for our bowheads, these bowheads have nothing right now, basically. But we want to give them these guys so that they're repairing the fleet all the time. We're going to give them 2. And then we're going to give them... Sure, we'll give them some shield reloading. So these guys are going to cost so much antimatter. So much antimatter. We have the remoras for that. So I don't need to worry so much about that one. But then on this part, we're going to give him just 2 guns, I think. Yeah, they're 2 for sure guns. And, what else on the defensive side? Increasing the chance to be targeted isn't bad, but they don't have as much health as David's guys by a long shot. His guys have about 3 times as much health as me. So we'll put together shields there. And really though, David has mostly plating. Or we have mostly plating that we need to worry about. So a couple shields, a bunch of plates. And then 1 flotilla shield defense instead of another beam. Seems not bad. Okay, so as you can see, these guys are costing a lot. So that's our bowhead 3s, and this is our chameleon 3s. Now, if only we had some way of... Oh yeah, we only have 1 of the bowheads here. Okay, so let's separate one of these guys out, merge these guys together, and they have 17 or 29 movement speed. So we can get them there this turn. Wow. Alright, so the 4 chameleons, we need extra titanium and 96 antimatter to upgrade them. So we just buy all of the antimatter here. Oh. And then we're gonna sell some luxuries, believe it or not, you guys. I know you're completely unused to my selling of luxuries. So David sold 12k of luxuries this turn. Yeah, I'm back up to 250,000. Trade routes. Alright, and so selling 250k of luxuries means that I should be able to... Oh, no, I need to buy the titanium now. So let's buy 200 titanium. And now... Oh, it was Hyperium that I needed. I feel like an idiot. And I think that I actually made a huge mistake. Can I still afford to upgrade? So the bowhead is the most important one to upgrade, actually. And these guys, okay, it's not actually that expensive. It's doable, let's say. And now we have a 20,000 power, 19 move speed fleet. Aru. Okay, now if we hover over here, we should be able to see, alright, he switched his guys up again to be tanks and infantry. So we have to keep reacting basically every turn to that. So he's got tanks and infantry, which means we want to go tanks and air. So we'll confirm that. And with our tanks and air, we'll drop some stuff on his homeworld. We can't quite get to his homeworld. How about here? Look at this. Boink. Hello, Mr. Craver Hero. Ah, my tugboats! I made them vulnerable again. Oh, but having them be targetable actually isn't the end of the world. Alright, and this is mostly their tugs and stuff. This is actually a pretty low power fleet overall. Let's look at it again. I just didn't want him to get away. Yes, he's got his 4,000, which has 10 ships, and his sieger ships. Yes, so I'll get a good beat on killing both of them this turn, which is pretty sweet. Although I lost all my move speed. Okay, which means he's just going to retreat, so I'll just fight. Like this. I think that he couldn't retreat there, though, because he was too far out. Because, like, he had nowhere to retreat to. Right? Because he can't go to this place and this place. He was trying to make a gamble for their capital. And I intercepted him. Saved these guys. Saved yo life. Guys. Alright. Now let's do this thing. And just say we're gonna do guerrilla action. Cool. He reached level 9, which gives him some extra health here. The hull plating penetration is also not bad. We're doing the defensive one. Oh, right. Did I not? Okay, he was the one I picked. I just didn't give him abilities and stuff. Righto. That extra vision range on fleet is kind of cool. Why don't we just stick him here now, though, for a little while. Let our new hero gain some levels. And then our other guy... Ooh, you reached another one. So shield absorption. Oh yeah, but he can get this one this turn, which the Lumeris max ability, I've never actually gotten it before, but the 40% food, 40% industry, that's better than anything that Riftborns can do. So it's almost like you want to let him stretch his legs elsewhere. On a place that's not maxed. So you're ecstatic. I mean, yeah, I guess do that. And then, why don't we put him, our pal, Yelchin, up here, where these guys can get a huge buff from him. As far as a subsidiary, we already have one on Janus, which is pretty excellent. I don't know how I feel about another thing on Oshi. I feel like there are other places I would rather have one. Yeah, the expanded mines is big. And getting happiness is big. Those are the things I care most about. Okay, so now we have to figure out how we want to win the game, right? So let's look at our tech tree again. We're jumping really fast, and we're getting... Oh, that was one turn? Holy crap. It's almost time. These turns are taking a long time now, guys. So the way that I think we want to win the game is through science or wonder. The wonder victory is unlocked by this, right? where we need to build these obelisks of space-time, I think this is going to be the easiest way for us, which is why I want to get these two things, the science, and then these two things. And that'll allow us to get towards the obelisks, but we can actually already build our first one after I get these two things in the next 2 turns. So I think that'll be good. And although, you know what? Where's the industry for science conversion one? Is that 75% industry to dust is not what I really need. I think that's this one, right? Yeah, 9,200. Okay. I think I'll put that one there really quick, because that'll give us a lot more science right away. Now these guys are going to get colonized. We're going to gain a bunch more science there. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Yep, this is looking good over in Craverland. And yeah, we can now take the plan of basically sieging this spot. And as we siege this spot, we're going to turtle. We'll use our... You're our only seeker hero for now, right? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to end this turn. Oh, we have all these places that haven't done anything yet. Alright, I'm telling David it's already 45 minutes for this video, and so I'm going to wind down, and it's just 2 turns. And then we'll start up another one just to keep this going, not overload individual videos. So I'm going to, here, we're just content, so definitely build the guy there, and build these things for extra food. Yeah. And then all of this stuff, like we just have a lot of things that we can build here. This is what it comes down to, pretty clearly. Pisces. Okay. What else do we have missing? Calum. Ah, yeah, one of our other big places where we want this and food, happiness, just a little bit of everything, I guess. Okay. And guys, I will see you in the next video as I go ahead and end the turn.